Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Curse of Oak Island. The team digs up original depositor work at the bottom of the garden shaft. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, the guys dated 2 artifacts from the garden shaft as original depositor items, and a new expert explained how the Vikings may have aided the Templar Knights in bringing treasures to the island. The Doom of Miner guys pulled up a series of old-looking beams from 100 feet below ground at the bottom of the garden shaft. The team had assumed these were part of a tunnel. However, they did not find a tunnel-shaped structure. The guys speculated that the tunnel's walls and ceiling had been previously removed, leaving only the floor. It could be disappointing if they can't find a defined tunnel. They obviously cannot follow it to the treasure. Now for some good news. Blacksmith Carmen Legg and archaeometallurgist Emma Cullingan combined their brainpower and technology to examine 2 small iron artifacts found with the wood beams at the bottom of the garden shaft. The objects were determined to be small fasteners or nails, perhaps used to make chests or hang a lantern in a tunnel. These were old. Carmen placed them between 1400 and 1700s. Emma said the lack of manganese and high sulfur content indicated an old source of iron, meaning the objects were probably leaning toward the older side of Carmen's date range. This all likely means they are dealing with original depositor work in the garden shaft. Marty Lagina stated that if they can prove this is original work, then we have had a successful year. Dr. Doug Simons informs Oak Island team that Vikings and Templars likely formed a bond. Meanwhile, Dr. Doug Simons had a fascinating theory in the war room. In recent weeks, the guys theorized that the Templar Knights and the Vikings teamed up to bring ancient Christian relics from Jerusalem to Oak Island in the 13th century. The team believes the Templar Knights built Nolan's Cross and 2 other stone monuments in the 13th century. They are also aware that Vikings established colonies in Newfoundland, 650 miles to the north, from about the 11th century. Recent discoveries of artifacts of Scandinavian origin led the team to wonder about a collaboration between the Templars and the Vikings. Last night, Dar Simons claimed it was possible. Simons claimed that Vikings led by King Sigurd the Crusader in the early 12th century sailed to the Holy Land, where they would have mixed with the knights that would shortly form the Order of the Templars. The academic said the 2 groups could have easily formed a bond leading to a collaboration that brought items such as the Holy Grail to Oak Island. Alex Lagina quipped, "I'm running out of ways to be skeptical about the Templars, and he's not the only one. The evidence is mounting. Have the Oak Island team found a loading dock in the swamp? And in the swamp, Billy Gerhardt uncovered a new wooden wall-like structure. Dr. Ian Spooner and the others were baffled about what it could be, but it looked like someone had gone to a lot of trouble digging deep into the swamp. Steve Guptill and Ian speculated that, because of its close proximity to the stone roadway, it may have been an unloading dock. Ian suggested that the red clay around the structure was also found under the stone roadway, which means the 2 features could be connected. This was a pretty action-packed episode, but as is often the case, it posed more questions than answers. As the morning sun kissed the horizon, casting a golden hue upon the rugged landscape of Oak Island, the air hummed with anticipation. The team, led by the intrepid Lagina brothers, Marty and Rick, stood poised at the precipice of discovery. For years, they had delved into the mysteries shrouding this enigmatic island, chasing whispers of buried treasure and lost artifacts. Today, their efforts bore fruit as they prepared to descend into the depths of the garden shaft. The garden shaft, a name that evoked both intrigue and trepidation, had long been a focal point of their search. Hidden beneath layers of earth and history, it promised secrets that could rewrite the annals of maritime exploration. With each step closer to the shaft's entrance, the weight of centuries pressed down upon them, urging caution and reverence. The team gathered around the mouth of the shaft, their faces etched with determination. Tools clanked against belts, lamps flickered to life, illuminating the darkness below. Rick Lagina, his eyes alight with a mix of excitement and apprehension, nodded to his brother Marty, signaling their descent. The latter creaked beneath their weight as they descended into the abyss, the echoes of their footsteps swallowed by the earth. With each rung, the air grew colder, the silence more profound. It was as if they were descending into another world, a realm untouched by time. At last, they reached the bottom, their boots sinking into the soft earth. The beam of their lamps swept across the chamber, revealing walls lined with ancient timbers, remnants of previous excavations. But it was what lay at the center of the chamber that drew their attention, a mound of earth, carefully layered and undisturbed. With practiced precision, the team set to work, their shovels biting into the soil with a fervor born of years of anticipation. As clods of earth fell away, revealing the layers beneath, a sense of urgency gripped them. They knew that with each passing moment, they drew closer to the truth, to the answers that had eluded them for so long. Hours passed like minutes as they toiled in the darkness, their determination unyielding. And then, just as they began to fear that their efforts would be in vain, a glimmer of something caught Rick's eye, a flash of metal amidst the earth. With trembling hands, he reached out, brushing away the soil to reveal a gleaming surface, a chest, wrought from iron and adorned with intricate carvings. The team held their breath as Rick lifted the lid, revealing the contents within. Gold coins spilled forth, their surfaces tarnished with age, but still glinting in the lamplight. Jewels winked from the depths of the chest, their colors vivid against the muted tones of the chamber. And nestled among the treasure lay something else, something that sent a shiver down Rick's spine. A manuscript, its pages yellowed with age, but still legible. With a sense of reverence, Rick carefully lifted the manuscript from its resting place, his fingers tracing the faded script. As he began to read, the words leaped from the page, painting a picture of a bygone era, a time of pirates and adventurers, of lost loves and buried dreams. It spoke of a man, a sailor by trade, who had come to Oak Island in search of fortune and glory. It told of his trials and tribulations, of the friends he had made and lost along the way. But most importantly, it revealed the location of the treasure, the very spot where they now stood. With a sense of awe, the team realized that they had unearthed not just treasure, but history itself. For in that moment, they became part of the island's story, joining the ranks of those who had come before in search of answers. As they made their way back to the surface, their hearts light with triumph, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape. But for the team, there was no darkness, no fear of what lay hidden in the depths. For they knew that whatever challenges awaited them, they would face them together, bound by a shared quest for discovery. And so, as they emerged into the fading light of day, the echoes of their footsteps mingling with the whispers of the past, they knew that the curse of Oak Island had been broken at last, and in its place stood the promise of a future filled with untold adventures, waiting to be explored.